Hello, it's time to fill out our taxes, and we will be sharing with you the information of what you need to bring to your appointment. This is all going to be your personal information that you need to bring to your appointment. You'll need to bring your personal information about income and expenses that you might get credits or deductions for. We also will let you know what we need and what might apply to you. If you see these things on the list, you don't have to have all of them, but these are the most common things that people typically need when filling out their taxes. As far as personal information goes, we will need you to bring your driver's license, your social security card, a voided check or your bank account information, your prior year's tax information, and then any information about your birth date. If you have a spouse or children that you claim on your taxes, you'll need to bring their personal information as well. The information that we'll need, if you earn money from a job, what we will need is W-2. So that could be wages that you've earned at your job, wages or money that you've won gambling, retirement income or Social Security benefits, if you've received a state refund or received state unemployment, or if you have any kind of income from investments. Bring all of that information. If you own your own business or you provide a service or things to a company, but you don't work specifically for the company, you'll get a form called a 1099 NEC. Also, sometimes that form might be a 1099 miscellaneous. So some examples of businesses where you might receive a 1099 could be transportation, retailer, or on-demand jobs. So for transportation, examples of that could be Uber or Uber Eats, Lyft, DoorDash, and there are several other types of services. A retailer business may be you selling things that you've made. Maybe you sell them online or you sell them at a booth or a combination of both. Then you have a retailer business. And if you accept temporary jobs from a company, you only work for them for a day or two. That is considered on demand. That's considered on demand jobs. And a few examples of that is bacon work or Insta work. If you have services that you've provided to others as a business, keep all of the receipts for what you spend money on that you utilize to run your business. And so, examples of some common receipts might be keeping track of the mileage that you drive for work, equipment and supplies you have to purchase for work. Maybe if you have to pay for a booth space at a function, taxes that you've paid, like for example, if you have to pay sales tax. And then again, if you're not sure what else you might need and you might need it for your tax information, please feel free to contact us and we can let you know if you need that or not. That way we can use your time wisely here. Make sure that you've added up all of your receipts before your appointment. If you're not sure how to total all of that up, please contact us before the day of your appointment so we can teach you how to do that. We don't want to take up too much time when you're with us for your appointment. We also can discuss the most common credits and deductions that people qualify for. We've got a list here. Now, this is not everything, but the most common things. If you feel like you have some of these types of information, please bring it with us. If you're going to a college or a university right now, you will get a Form 1098-T that you can turn into the IRS. That's also if you are paying for a spouse or a child going to college or university. If you've paid off or are paying on student loans, bring that information so we can report that to the IRS. If you receive health insurance through the marketplace, or commonly called Obamacare, please bring that documentation as well. If you pay for your child to go to daycare while you're working, bring all of that documentation. You do need to have the business's employment ID number and also the amount that you've paid for each child. Also, if you are investing in your child's future education using a 529 contributions program, you can get a deduction for that on your Utah state taxes. Now, you can also be penalized if you withdraw money from your 529 contribution account for anything that's not education. So that's just a warning to be aware of. Next, you will see there are some charity donations. It is kind of rare, but you can bring that information with you if you have quite a bit of contributions. Any cash that you pay into a charity, an example of that is like maybe your church, or maybe you donate clothes to the Goodwill or things from your home to a thrift store. If you have a lot of medical expenses, so your hospital bills or your prescriptions, you had to get glasses or hearing aids in the last year. Also, your mortgage and real estate taxes. So if you own a home, make sure you bring in that information, the information that's provided by the mortgage company. If you are a teacher in the K through 12 system, you can get a tax exemption. You'll need to provide proof of any supplies that you had purchased for your classroom that you weren't reimbursed for. If you do have other income or other contributions and you haven't seen that, please bring anything that you think you might need to. Contact us and we can let you know if you do need to bring that information, but feel free to contact us anytime. The VITA email address is right here. Thank you for your time, and we will see you all soon.